Guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about something quite disturbing that in some ways relates to a video that I made months ago about a different situation. Do you guys remember Sol Pais, the 18-year-old who was infatuated with Columbine, who made the FBI go on this massive manhunt and who ended up killing herself? She had a blog, let's say, or a website that I ended up looking through just to see kind of what was going through her head. If you've seen that video, you'll remember everything. If you haven't, I can link you to it. It's not super important that you see that video, but this kind of relates to that, so it might be helpful in terms of context. One of you guys actually emailed me a link to someone else's blog that is very reminiscent to Sol Pais's blog. Now, her blog was very centered on relating to the two Columbine shooters and just feeling like there was a connection there. That's my understanding. So this person came across someone else who has a blog like that. And the reason that I'm talking about it is because certain things they've said are alarming. Now, of course, this might just be an edgy teenager just writing bullshit on the internet just to, be edgy or just to let out their feelings, and maybe these are not things they really are planning on doing, but I think we should go through it because it is alarming, and if we can stop anything bad from happening by addressing it, sending it as a cyber tip, it might be a good idea. The landing page says, "Sick girl. The purpose of this blog is for me to document my life, to have something to be remembered by. Maybe after death you can figure out what went wrong with me, because I never did. I'll always be sick." Right off the bat, I think you can understand what the tone of this blog is. And then where it says I'll always be sick, it's a link. So if you click that link, it brings you to a columbinesite.com. And here there are links to videos, media reports, sitemap, aftermath. Like, it just seems to be a website that's dedicated to Columbine. In terms of that Columbine website, I'm not really too sure what their lens is, but as far as I can understand, it's just pretty much putting everything that is related to Columbine on a website, but putting I'll always be sick and linking that to a Columbine website where there's even like the videos of like Hitmen for Hire, like the videos that Eric and Dylan made together. That is already alarming in and of itself because, I mean, the implication I'll always be sick and then connecting it to that, to me, says that maybe this person feels some type of connection towards them. That's just a speculation based on what we're seeing. Who knows what the truth is there. So I actually hadn't seen this before, and I don't know if every time you kind of land on this page, the picture changes, but there's actually a picture here that I'm gonna not show of Dylan and Eric once they killed themselves, just their corpses. I didn't remember seeing that when I just checked like 10 minutes ago, so I don't know if that changed. Anyway, there's a tab where it says my innermost thoughts, and this is where I get concerned. So, my innermost, darkest thoughts. I'm carrying out my plan in 4 years. I don't feel bad for all of the children and families all hurt. It's deserved. Of course, I don't expect anyone to understand why I would do this. I'm fairly young and have a long life ahead of me, but that doesn't matter anymore. I'll be dead by senior year. I already know what they're going to say. They're going to call me just another copycat. But just know this, I'm so much more than that. Now I think you understand why I find this alarming. Again, even they themselves say that they're pretty young. From my understanding, if they're gonna die in senior year in 4 years, now they're a freshman, or they might just be about to be a freshman. So they'd be, what, 14, 15-ish? Even though they're this young, I wouldn't discount the fact that they might try to carry something out eventually, which is why I'm saying it could very easily be an edgy teen as much as it could be someone actually strategically planning on doing something and, gathering, I guess, the materials and strategy they can in these next 4 years, so then they can carry the thing out when the time comes. I gave up trying to fit in. There's really no point. They're all brainwashed zombies who can't think for themselves, and I'm sick of it. They'll never understand what it feels like to be like this. I understand more than they ever will. No one will ever understand the extent of what I feel. They'll understand I'm not like them soon, but either way, I won't be at peace. I'll never be at peace. I don't belong here. Maybe when I'm dead, I'll finally belong. I remember when all this started 2 years ago, it stemmed severely to my trauma, OCD, depression, and anxiety. Now it's different. I feel numb in a way. I don't feel any remorse or guilt. My depression is getting worse, but when I think about how I'll finally be at peace at the end, it makes me feel a bit better. So obviously this person is dealing with a lot in terms of mental health, and I think, maybe that's also what's pushing them to potentially identify with shooters and being an outsider, and everyone feels to some extent like an outsider at some point in their teenage years. So I'm not discounting that feeling, I'm just saying it's pretty typical. The person does detail some kind of trauma where their parents didn't treat them well, and I'm not going to read all of it. I just want to read what's specifically disturbing in terms of carrying out action. I don't know what's going on. At first, thinking about shooting them all gave me pure happiness, a sense of euphoria, but now I feel anger and hurt. Mostly hurt. I still want to do it, but my brain doesn't give me joy when I think about it. Even though I very much want to do it, I just don't get the same feeling. I miss it. Oh well. I can't control it. I've always been different. I just feel like I don't belong. I feel as if my brain isn't developed enough to process these intense thoughts and feelings. Maybe that's why it's so hard for me. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. No matter how hard it gets, I can't kill myself until it's complete. NBK 2.0, that is. They'll all see that it's not just some sick fantasy, it's real and happening very, very soon. So here's where we get to the Columbine part. I feel sick. I just went through my camera roll and rewatched some Columbine edits and my heart dropped to my stomach. I'm not sure why, but it gives me such a weird feeling. It's almost a sadness. Actually, yes, it is a sadness, but it was hard to recognize. I didn't feel sadness. It was kind of like fear. Update. It's a couple minutes later, I watched the videos again and it felt like I couldn't breathe. I started hyperventilating and crying uncontrollably. I think I know why. It's because I'm forcing myself to want to do it and it's stressing me out, scaring me, and I get upset when I think about it. I'm nothing without those feelings. When I don't have the feeling, I get really depressed because that's all I have to live for. So now I think, if there's nothing for me to live for anymore, then why don't I just do it? Why don't I just go through with NBK 2.0 and shoot them all and then myself, since that's what I want? Another update. The feeling is partially back and I've decided I'm going to go through with my plan. It's very clear here that this person isn't really set on it. It seems like they probably want to be more set on it than they are, which is good because hopefully they're not going to hurt themselves or anyone else. But nonetheless, the alarming thing for me is that they seem to force themselves to want to do it regardless, which makes me feel like they're gonna try to do it anyway, which is alarming. And also the fact that, yeah, it said that they'd do it in 4 years, but who knows at this point? Like, these types of feelings are extremely volatile and erratic, which is why it's deeply concerning. The last post here that was posted on the 23rd, which is today, these are entries I wrote on my phone all throughout yesterday. I thought I would put them in here because yesterday wasn't the best day. My therapist and my mom don't understand anything I'm going through. I obviously can't tell them what I'm planning. My mom understands more than my therapist, though. I explained to her everything, well, some of what's going on. I still don't think she understands. I don't fit. I never have. I never will. This session today just made me want to do it even more. I can't wait until NBK 2.0. I just want my life to be over and I want peace. My therapist and my mom say I have empathy. Ha, really? I don't feel shit for all the kids and families I'm going to hurt. I laugh when I watch the Columbine clips of the little kid yelling mom right before he gets shot. Fuck empathy. They say I love animals. Little do they know. I can't go into detail, but I've done some sick things. But that's the least of my priorities. I want NBK to happen and I want it to be fun, and it will be. I know it. This is me writing to my family and others assuming they're reading this after my death. There are no reasons. You're going to look for them, but you won't find them. I have no motive. I'm not sorry. You can't fix someone who has nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with me. You may think otherwise. But I'm not like the other sick fucks who go out and rape and murder and do whatever they will because they can't control themselves because they're weak. I could have controlled this had I wanted to, but I didn't want to. Well, didn't past tense since you're reading this, which would mean I'm dead now, which me and you both know has happened. I don't fit here. I've never. Admitting isn't fixing, so then what is it worth? I'm tired. I want to see him. Wherever I go, I hope he's there. I'm so hurt and confused. I forget what genuine happiness feels like. I can't complain though. That's my fault. I've always fucked myself over. I'm sick of this, pretending I'm normal. Fuck, I want to die so bad. He deserved love. No, he deserved everything. I would have given it to him. I would have given it all to him. I love him. He deserved so much love. He was full of love to give, but couldn't give it. I would do anything to give him love, to give him something, anything. This isn't previously written entry, this is one from my notes. I now know I'm going to do it. Nothing is holding me back, absolutely nothing. My mom is just a stupid bitch. She only cares about herself. She claims she loves me and cares about me. Ha 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 ha, really? All she wants to do is fuck me up more in the head. You know what? I hope she's in pain when I'm dead. Fuck her. Fuck all of this. Fuck it. My plan might be even earlier than previously stated. Wherever I get the chance, my motive is none. I have no reasoning except for pented up aggression and sadness, and before any of you come up with some bullshit reasoning when there isn't one, like, oh, it's because she watched true crime shows, or it's because she listened to violent music, shut the fuck up. It has nothing to do with either of those things, and if you think so, you're an absolute fucking moron. By the time this video goes live, I'll have sent this to the authorities because I do think that this is concerning, especially as I said, it's volatile, and even here we see that the person claims they might want to try to do something earlier rather than later. And really, I kind of feel bad for this person because it seems like they're extremely alienated from everyone, whether that's their doing or not. I have no idea. It just seems like someone who's very lonely. All of what's written truly disturbs me, and she refers to a him. I don't know if it's Dylan or Eric, to be honest. It doesn't really, in the end, matter or change much. I do think that reporting this blog could very well not only save this person's life, but other people's. And like I said, it could be an edgy teen, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, rather than seeing this, not saying anything, and then something terrible happening soon. So let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think, if, you know, they're just saying shit, or if you think they really have these intentions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.